Hello everyone, I'm Jenya Romanova and this is my YouTube channel. I created the educational platform Up Daily and want people to know about it. That's why I'm recording this video. So today we're discussing a topic that as always concerns my co-host whom you can't see, but she's always suggesting topics for me to talk about. And just now she asked me what to do about toxic friends. And I want to say that toxic friends don't exist. In fact, there are no toxic people at all. We're always coming up with some concepts or ideas to justify why we want to get rid of someone in our lives, whether it's a friend, a colleague, or even a family member. If you want to remove someone from your life, from my life, or from anyone's life, you can simply do it without needing to overthink it. You don't need to go around blaming everyone, saying they're toxic or somehow wrong. That doesn't exist. We made it up. Why did we come up with this? Because it's convenient. It's very convenient to always say that someone is toxic towards us rather than admit that I'm not creating an interesting environment for myself. It's always easier to blame someone else than to find the reason within yourself. Because if I'm not an interesting person, and if I only complain and don't have any, let's say, interesting story, then it's unlikely that anyone will find it interesting to interact or talk with me. So at some point, I realized that I'm surrounded by equally uninteresting people, and I call them toxic, so I don't have to look for the reason within myself. There's a bit of irony here, but honestly, I want to give an example from my relationship with a cat. I'm not really a cat person at all. I've been living with a dog for several years now. He's already 6. It was quite a stressful experience for me, but a conscious decision. It took me a long time to get to this point. And I got a cat by chance. There were wildfires in Los Angeles. I felt really sorry for the animals. And at some point I thought that maybe life shouldn't be lived just for yourself, but that you should also create something around you. So I decided to adopt a cat from a shelter. And at first, living together was absolutely impossible because I was under a lot of stress. And just like your toxic friends, the cat still continues to poison everything around because he bites a lot. My cat bites, she just jumps at my legs and hands. He's shredded all the furniture and he really loves my dog, but he shows that love through biting. And what have I realized from this relationship with my cat? The unconditional love I feel for him and the energy he brings into the house. It's such a bright, cheerful, wonderful energy that I forgive him absolutely everything. He doesn't irritate me. He doesn't make me feel anything except laughter, joy, and love, no matter what he does. And there's something about that. There are people we just love, people we simply feel good with, not because they're toxic or not toxic, not because they treat us well or badly. They can do whatever they want, but we just love them. And then there are people who might do exactly the same things, but we don't love them. So, well, the chemistry just isn't there. That's why we come up with all sorts of concepts when we try to be good people. But let's put it this way. It's absolutely normal to want to put an end to the discomfort that arises in our lives when a certain person appears. Listen, sometimes relationships end, and there's nothing particularly tragic about that. And yes, it's very sad and upsetting. But I believe that, well, the same person doesn't exist over a long period of time. The version of me who went to school and was friends with my classmates no longer exists. And it's very strange to keep up relationships with classmates every day if the person I was when we met simply doesn't exist anymore. That's why I don't really believe that there are toxic people and non-toxic people. But I do strongly believe that personalities change, our lives change, our interests change. You at school? Are you at school? You at university? Are you at university? You in a relationship with one person is your version of yourself. But relationships with another person will reveal and show you from a completely different side. So I believe that we can change the personalities within ourselves and we can choose who we can be. And changing your environment is a big part of that process. So if you suddenly feel that something in your life has stopped working, whether it's friends, your city, relationships, or even food, be bold and just change it. Go for it. Trust in it. It can be fun and it can bring a lot of joy. Stay tuned. Hit the bell, subscribe, and something else. You'll figure it out. Bye.